Hello, welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley, and my guest today is Jim Auborn. He's the mayor of Port Orford. Jim, thank you so much for joining us.
Good. How do you do it? It's a pleasure being here.
It's so nice to meet you and have you be here as our guest. What are your top concerns for your Southern Oregon coast community?
I think probably economic development is our primary concern, and that's something that's really mostly left to the private sector. There's not much that we can do about it in government except get out of the way and let it happen in things. We really need jobs. We're a small city and things, a little under 1,200 people. The timber industry is really gone. It's been gone for 20 years and things. We used to have 10 mills in town. We have none now. We do have a viable commercial fishing fleet, and we're working very hard to keep it sustainable. And I think that that's working, but that's not really enough to keep a town going and things.
Well, a golf course perhaps on the horizon for you?
Yes, the Pacific Gales Golf Course, which will be only about a mile north of town, is looks like it's going to come. They've gotten through most of the LUBA appeals and things for it, and that could be a very good thing for Port Orford because they don't have any, they're just a golf course. They aren't going to have any lodging or restaurant facilities and things, so they'll be dependent on people in town for that.
Now that's a good tourism draw,
so it's a good tourism
some jobs, not too hard on the environment,
That's right.
All good for you.
So it should be a good positive thing. They're even thinking about being good neighbors and taking our sewage effluent and things to help water the golf course. Oh. So that's an environmentally positive thing to
Yes, good recycling.
That's good recycling. Right now we treat it and dump it in the ocean, but we could put some good use to it and things, and it'll go back into the aquifer and things and get treated and purified further and things, and then be available for better use.
And you're also interested in trying to grow your retirement community,
and
because that brings a
community.
good spin on your economic dollar.
Yeah, we're trying to grow that, and tourism is also important to us. We have a number of restaurants and lodging facilities and things, and strangely enough, the development of most of the tourism facilities and also the stores and things that people are dependent upon locally are owned by women in the last couple of years and things. We have one of the oldest bars in town, which used to be, can I mention their name?
Yes.
It used to be called the Port and Starboard Restaurant. It was owned by the Smith family for years. It was recently bought by a young woman, the name of Diane Schofield, and she has cleaned the place up and turned the bar into a sports bar, improved the menu quite a bit, and has increased the business and things. It's going quite well. There's another fairly famous restaurant called the Crazy Norwegian. We don't have any McDonald's or any franchise places, but a lot of people know the Crazy Norwegian. Oh. And another young woman by the name of Diane, different Diane, purchased it and things, and has kept it going and has increased the menu a little bit, and it's prospering, and that's just in the last year or year and a half. Oh. And things. We have a woman that has started a deli, and she has soup for lunch and has hired a baker and things. She's increased from one employee, herself and things, to now she just hired her third employee all in the last year and things, and that's a woman
good growth.
Owned business, which is good growth. One of the oldest retro bar type restaurants in town was called Pitch's Tavern, and unfortunately it had a tragic fire and burnt pretty well to the ground. But the woman that owns it and things has a lot of gumption and things, and she's intent on getting it cleaned up and rebuilt. She doesn't have any insurance. It's going to be hard for her, but she's got a lot of community support. She had people out the day after the fire and things helping her clean up the mess, including one of our licensed contractors with his big loader and things helping to clear out some of the mess.
Well, a town can get together and rebuild a
town
business.
can get together. We have a number of art galleries in town. We have 10 art galleries in town, which is quite a few for a town of 1,100 people.
Well, it's so pretty there. I
Yeah,
think that
thanks.
attracts and inspires
That's right.
artists, the
And a lot of
natural
those
beauty.
are owned by women and things also. So women are kind of taking over the world, even in some of the upper.
You mean we haven't?
Even in some of the upper management positions, like the manager of our local branch of our credit union and things, is a woman. And I also have a very capable young woman, younger than me, who's my city administrator, and she's doing well. We have a young lady who's a local woman who went to law school and things, and she came back to settle in Bandon, our town north of us, but she's our city attorney and things. So women are really doing well in Port Orford, and they're doing a lot for the town. And we'll plan on trying to do something. We want to recognize all the women in business and things and their contributions that they've done. We may do that through probably our Main Street organization.
Well, I think that's a wonderful
really
thing
good.
government can do. As you mentioned,
do.
there are some things government can't do as far as
Right.
economic development, job creation, but there are things you can do, and I think
Right.
honoring and awarding is one of the tremendous things governments can do
And
to
we can do that for people.
encourage and uplift.
But we can do that for the people and recognize them and things instead of beating them into the ground.
Well,
So that's the one thing I want to try to do. So thank you.
Thank you. I certainly appreciate you being here. I wish you the very best of luck with all these things you're tackling, and we thank you for watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest, and I'm Dana Cowley.